Without a doubt, the hardest time in Alaska to survive is the winter time, but I still believe that a good woodsman should be able to provide for himself, even in the hard parts of the year. And I'm starting with rainbow trout, which I think is definitely a breakfast food. The only lures I brought with me today are 3 little marabou jigs that my brother Andy tied. I don't spend a lot of time ice fishing, so I don't have like a giant tackle box for it. I've just got a sandwich bag with a couple random lures in it. Doesn't take long for the ice hole to start icing back up again when it's this cold. Drop it down there and see how deep it is. Oh, had a bite already. Just checking depth. Okay, so we are not very deep at all. I decided to pick this lake because we come here in a canoe a lot in the summertime and we always do pretty good. My plan is to catch a rainbow trout in this lake where I know there are trout. Go try and get a rabbit. And then after that, I need to decide whether I'm going for grouse, which are tough to find in the winter, but I might be able to find just one, or Arctic char, which is kind of a delicacy. Oh yeah, that didn't take long at all. Look at this. Check that out. Pretty colors on this guy. Nice wintertime, red-cheeked rainbow trout. That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna start a fire and cook this guy up. I'm not gonna waste any time. Maybe I'll try and get one more. On the Andy jig. Thanks, Andy. Okay. I fished for another 10 minutes and my fish is already frozen. So I'm gonna go over into the woods over there. I'm gonna start a fire and I'm gonna cook this fish. Got my fish gutted. I'm just gonna wrap it in tin foil. It's done. And I can disassemble. Disassemble this fire real quick. I might use these logs again later, so I don't want to quench them too hard. Good stuff. I grew up thinking I didn't like fish, but it turns out I just didn't have enough exposure to it. And now I'd say that it's one of my favorite foods. All right, I'm gonna wrap this back up and put it in my backpack. And then I might stop and have a snack later if I need it. Let's go see if we can find something to shoot with a bow and arrow. I missed. Yes, yes, yes. This is so much better than a rabbit. I would trade 5 rabbits for 1 grouse, but in the wintertime, they're incredibly difficult to find. And so when I was stalking this rabbit and saw a grouse on the ground, I really wanted to get it. That's pretty freaking cool. Actually, I think that's the first one I've ever killed with a bow and arrow too, so that's an accomplishment. Back at my fire logs with my grouse. This is a cotton ball dipped in candle wax. Brittany has a bunch of candles in our house, and when they burn down to the point where you can't light the wick anymore, I put them in a pot of boiling water and dip cotton balls in the wax. And that's how I start fires. There we go. We're getting fancy for this meal. I have seasoned salt. Tinfoil is just the easiest way to cook things. You can do a million different things. This time I'm gonna do a reflector. So once this fire gets good and hot, I'm just gonna prop it up. I'll put that next to the fire just like that. And then the heat reflects off of the top and the meat will be sitting on the bottom. And it's kind of like a little oven. There's so much meat on a bird. It's crazy. Put it right up here. Spruce grouse is one of the best meats on the planet, I swear. It looks like grilled chicken when you do it this way. And that little bit of salt just really makes it so good. So today didn't go as I planned. The rainbow trout fishing was crazy easy. I caught a fish within a minute of having a hole through the ice. But the rabbit hunting was really hard. I got lucky with a grouse. I was going to fish for Arctic char tonight, and I thought for sure I would get a rabbit. I'm going to go try again. I'm going to try and get an Arctic char and get redemption on one of those rabbits. But today was a good day. And I feel like I'm eating really good. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.